ever pondered this? Have you ever paused to consider how to become the best version of yourself in relationships? It's a question many ponder because deep down, we all crave affection, respect, and genuine appreciation from those around us. But how do we achieve this? How do we earn true admiration, not just for superficial qualities or achievements, but for who we are at our core? Envision every relationship as an adventure. Imagine every relationship as an adventure. You are the explorer of your own self, aiming to uncover the hidden treasures within your soul and share them with others. To do that, you need a map, a path leading to understanding, connection, and ultimately, love. Today, I will guide you in discovering your true value in a relationship based on 9 ancient Stoic philosophical lessons. These are not mere pieces of advice. They are about empowering yourself in ways you may not have imagined. Prepare to illuminate. Get ready to illuminate the mysteries of cultivating a life filled with love and meaningful relationships. Ones that are built on mutual respect and inner strength. Now let's begin. Lesson 1. Understanding your true worth. So, how does Stoicism relate to understanding your value in relationships? Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, and guess what? Your self-worth is entirely within your grasp. It's not about how many likes you get on social media or if someone shows interest in you. It's about how you see and appreciate yourself. Picture this. Imagine you're a gemstone. Not everyone recognizes the worth of a rare gem, right? Some might walk past without realizing its significance, but that doesn't diminish the gem's value. It remains precious, rare, and one of a kind. That's you. Your value doesn't decrease just because someone overlooks it. Let's be honest. We've all faced rejection and felt inadequate, especially in today's world where everyone seems to be thriving. But here's the real deal. With a Stoic perspective, your value isn't dependent on someone else's validation. It's connected to how you conduct yourself, your principles, and your actions. Are you compassionate? Are you truthful? Are you living in a manner that aligns with your values? That's where your genuine worth resides. The Stoics believed in reflecting on oneself, so pause for a moment to consider your qualities. Not just the obvious ones, but the deeper aspects that truly define you. And you'll find strength. In relationships, it's about finding strength in your own value, your self-worth, whether or not others recognize it. Always remember, understanding your worth isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous journey, a practice that evolves over time. It's about waking up every day and acknowledging to yourself that you have value, not because of anyone else's opinion, but because of the inherent qualities that make you who you are. Lesson 2. Present yourself with dignity. Now, before you picture a Stoic as this stern, unsmiling figure from ancient times, let me set the record straight. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions or being indifferent. It's about understanding what deserves your energy and what doesn't. And guess what? The way you present yourself deserves your energy. So let's discuss what it means to present yourself with dignity in relationships. Have you ever noticed that sometimes we go to great lengths to impress someone, only to lose sight of who we truly are? We change the way we dress, speak, and behave, all in hopes of gaining approval. But here's the key point, and this is where our calm and wise perspective comes in. Your self-respect isn't tied to your clothing style or the trendy spots you frequent. It's about how you present yourself, the things you do, and the decisions you make. Imagine you're in a classroom observing 2 students giving presentations. One student is flashy, using big words and gestures to impress the audience, while the other student is composed and speaks confidently without any pretense. Which student do you think makes a lasting impression? It's often the one who is genuine and comfortable in their own skin, isn't it? This highlights the importance of presenting oneself with dignity. The Stoics, known for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, emphasize the significance of living honestly and respecting oneself. So, how does this apply to dating today? It's straightforward. Be authentically yourself. If you love diving into books, embrace it. If you have a strong passion for something, let it show. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about feeling at ease and self-assured in who you are, understanding that you are valuable just as you are. And here's another important point: treating yourself with respect. The way you treat yourself sets the bar for how others will treat you. If you're always criticizing yourself, you're essentially saying it's all right for others to do the same. However, when you respect yourself, value your time, energy, and emotions, you're making a bold statement. I deserve respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. Think about what Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In relationships, it's not only about your appearance or words, it's about your responses, your demeanor in various situations. Are you reacting with desperation or dignity? Are you sacrificing your principles to blend in, or are you staying true to yourself, even if it means standing alone? This doesn't require perfection. We're all human with our flaws and awkward moments. What matters is how you handle those moments. Do you fall apart under pressure, or do you stay strong, learn, and keep going? Let's take a moment to reflect. How can we begin to show ourselves more dignity? It could involve setting clear boundaries or refusing things that don't match our values. It might also mean treating ourselves with more compassion and respect. When you view yourself as worthy of respect, others will begin to see it too. Lesson 3: Communication. I get it if this sounds a bit traditional or firm initially, but hear me out. It's not about being hard to approach. It's about respecting yourself and understanding your own value. So, what insights does Stoicism offer on this matter? Stoicism teaches us self-control and resilience, not in a rigid or dull manner, but in understanding what truly matters and not giving it away too easily. In a world obsessed with instant gratification and endless scrolling, Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. Think about it in relationships or when you're getting to know someone. There's often a rush to share everything: our time, our space, our deepest emotions. But Stoics would advise taking a step back. Why? Because when something is always available, it loses its specialness. It's just human nature. If you're always there whenever someone needs you, always saying yes, where's the intrigue, the mystery, the anticipation? Let's discuss gracefully setting boundaries, the Stoic way. Firstly, it begins with your appearance. Dressing stylishly yet modestly isn't just about looks. It sends a message. It communicates, I respect myself. You're not hiding, but you're also not revealing everything up front. It's about balance, showing there's more depth to you than meets the eye. Another critical aspect is managing your time and focus. In a hyper-connected world, being discerning about who receives your time is a meaningful choice. It's not about playing games. It's about affirming, my time is precious and I allocate it thoughtfully. When you're with someone, be fully present and engaged. When you're not, it's okay to be unavailable, dedicating your energy to your own interests and personal growth. Stoicism also emphasizes emotional self-mastery. It doesn't advocate being cold or detached. Instead, it encourages maintaining a balanced perspective. This means not allowing minor things to deeply affect you. It's about preserving inner peace and composure. You don't freely give your emotional energy to everyone. It's something that should be earned, similar to how you selectively allocate your time and attention. I'm not suggesting you become unfeeling or distant like a Stoic statue. We're all human, and genuine connections are crucial for a fulfilling life. However, there's something special about taking things at a steady pace, about forming connections that aren't solely based on immediate gratification. It's about creating meaningful relationships that have depth and endurance, something beyond quick fixes and instant access. Setting limits isn't about playing games or trying to control situations. It's about respecting yourself and staying true to your principles. It's about demonstrating, not just through words, but also through actions, that you value yourself and expect to be treated with respect. So, here's to being more discerning, composed, and stoic in our approach to relationships. It's about finding a balance between openness and discretion, between sharing and holding back a bit. And trust me, it significantly influences how others perceive and treat you. Here's to valuing ourselves and embracing a touch of Stoicism in today's dating scene. Lesson 4. Be prepared to move on. In Stoicism, there's a powerful concept about letting go, not in a distant or indifferent way, but in understanding what we can change and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being. This becomes particularly significant in relationships. We've all been there, haven't we? Being in a place where we know we deserve better, yet we choose to stay. It could be the fear of loneliness, the fear of change, or simply holding on to hope for improvement. But this is where Stoicism comes into play. Real strength comes from recognizing that we have the power to stay or leave situations that contradict our principles, and we can choose a different path. This doesn't mean giving up at the first sign of difficulty. Relationships require effort, understanding, and time. However, it's crucial to know your self-worth and principles so deeply that when something fundamentally conflicts with them, you're prepared to move on. It's about having that inner resilience, that stoic courage to affirm, I respect myself too much to settle for less than I deserve. Let's delve deeper into this idea. Being ready to leave a situation is about respecting yourself. It means adhering to what you believe in and understanding your own value. It doesn't always require a dramatic exit. Sometimes it's a quiet decision, a peaceful acknowledgement that this isn't the right fit for you. Sure, it can be daunting. I understand that feeling. The uncertain future can be intimidating. But consider our Stoic friends. They taught us the importance of facing challenges bravely and accepting life's uncertainties. It's about realizing that sometimes the bravest choice is to let go of something that doesn't align with your path. This perspective can change everything. When you're in a relationship and realize you're there because it reflects your values, not because you fear leaving, it shifts the entire dynamic. You're not staying out of desperation or fear. You're staying because it's your authentic choice. And here's the key. When you bravely step away from what doesn't benefit you, you create space for what does. It's like clearing out the past to welcome in the future. It's about having faith that better things await you and giving yourself the opportunity to discover them. Let's remember that being prepared to move on isn't about being distant or uncaring. It's about valuing and caring for ourselves enough to say, I deserve something better. It's about embodying stoicism when challenges arise, knowing that our value isn't dependent on anyone or anything else. Lesson 5. Establishing boundaries. Stoicism emphasizes actions over mere words. The Stoics advocated demonstrating beliefs rather than just stating them, which is particularly relevant when discussing setting boundaries in relationships. It's easy to declare, I won't tolerate mistreatment. But the real test is when you encounter such behavior. Will you uphold your boundary or compromise? True strength lies not in words, but in actions. I understand it's not simple. It can be challenging, especially when emotions are involved. But let's remember the Stoic wisdom. We have the power to choose how we respond to situations. If someone crosses a boundary, it's your response that defines and reinforces that boundary, not just your words. Imagine a scenario where honesty is vital to you and someone tells a lie. Your response in that moment shows how committed you are to your boundaries. Whether you calmly address the issue or decide to step back, your actions demonstrate your dedication to your values. It's not about stirring conflict. It's about showing self-respect by responding in a way that aligns with what you believe in. This approach can make a real difference in relationships. When others see your clear boundaries and your willingness to uphold them, they gain a clearer understanding of what you find acceptable and what you don't. It's about nurturing self-respect and staying committed to it. Let's explore a fundamental idea with a straightforward approach. It's not just the big events that matter, but also the everyday moments. How do you react when plans suddenly change or when someone doesn't value you enough? Do you brush it off, or do you calmly communicate through words and actions that such behavior isn't acceptable? This is where Stoic mindfulness comes into play. It's about being present in the moment and how you respond. Are your actions consistent with your boundaries? Are you true to yourself? Paying attention to these small moments is crucial as we navigate our daily interactions. Let's strive to embody a touch of Stoicism in expressing our boundaries. It's not about being stubborn or inflexible. It's about having that inner compass that guides our actions and responses. And believe me, when you adopt this mindset, people notice. They begin to see you as someone who not only sets boundaries, but also values themselves enough to uphold them. Lesson 6. Actions speak louder than words. Stoicism, as we've explored, centers on practical wisdom, judging people by their actions rather than their words. In our world, many speak kindly but fail to follow through, especially in relationships. Stoics advise us to see beyond charm and prioritize actions. They urge us to focus on what's genuine. Consider this. Anyone can articulate perfect promises and paint a flawless future, but do their actions align with their words? That's where the truth lies. Let's be candid. We've all experienced this. We're captivated by someone's words, yet their actions fail to match. They pledge calls but don't follow through, or make plans only to cancel. Despite this, we hold on to their words. This is where our Stoic mindset must guide us. Stoicism reminds us not to be swayed by words or emotions, but to see reality clearly. When actions diverge from words, it's a signal. It's like the universe saying, "Pay attention, something isn't right here." This mindset transforms how we approach relationships. Instead of being swept away by promises, we observe details. How do they handle pressure? Do they keep commitments? Are they present in actions, not just words? The intriguing part, when we prioritize actions over words, we set a standard. We convey, "I'm not just listening, I'm watching." This stance is impactful. It shows others they must prove themselves through consistent, genuine actions. However, this isn't about pessimism or distrust. It's about using Stoic insight to safeguard our emotions. It's about remaining grounded amidst romance, staying rational, and safeguarding our hearts. So let's remember, actions speak louder than words. Let's approach love stoically, logical, observant, and thoughtful, because ultimately, actions reveal true intentions. Lesson 7. Embracing healthy skepticism. Stoicism aligns closely with reality. Stoics believed in perceiving situations as they are, not as we wish them to be. This philosophy holds great relevance in love and dating. We've all encountered situations where perfect words tempt us to believe, even when warning signs exist. Here's where a Stoic mindset proves valuable. Healthy skepticism is a superpower. It's not about negativity, it's about realism and thoughtfulness. It means being observant, asking questions, and proceeding with caution. Imagine meeting someone new who seems perfect. They speak of a future together, yet your Stoic skepticism advises caution. It suggests waiting to see if their actions align with words, observing how things progress. It's a gentle reality check, urging you to avoid being swept up in the moment and remain mindful. Skepticism isn't about interrogation or constant doubt. It's about wise consideration. It involves listening to words, but also watching actions. It means taking time to truly know someone, discerning their consistency and authenticity. Stoics valued reason over emotion, advocating for clear-sightedness. In relationships, this approach is vital. Emotions can cloud judgment, causing us to overlook critical details. By blending feelings with Stoic skepticism, we gain clarity. Moreover, skepticism protects our hearts. It prevents rushing into situations without certainty. It encourages understanding the other person's true character, rather than projecting desires. Let's embrace Stoic skepticism, intelligent, attentive, and emotionally balanced. Let's protect our emotional well-being by approaching new relationships with wisdom and careful consideration. Lesson 8. Asserting boundaries with confidence. In Stoicism, maintaining values and having the courage to stay true to oneself are paramount. This applies especially to asserting boundaries in relationships. It means understanding personal beliefs and confidently upholding expectations, even if it disrupts. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner suggests something against your values. The easy path might seem to comply, but here's where Stoic resilience is crucial. Asserting boundaries is about self-respect, showing that personal beliefs and limits matter. Let's acknowledge it's not always easy. Saying no can be daunting, especially when feelings are involved. The fear of rejection whispers, what if saying no pushes them away? Yet Stoicism challenges us to confront inner struggles directly. Saying no reflects self-respect. It demonstrates valuing oneself and refusing to compromise on principles. It carries risk, possibly losing the other person. However, it's about affirming personal worth. If declining something that contradicts values results in separation, perhaps they weren't the right match. This approach shifts relationship dynamics. Asserting boundaries communicates strength and self-worth. It conveys that personal integrity matters, enhancing respect and genuine connection. Moreover, saying no isn't solely about setting limits externally. It's about internal honesty, acknowledging genuine desires and needs. It's about avoiding decisions based on fear of loneliness, choosing authenticity instead. Let's affirm that saying no is essential. It's about living with integrity, nurturing relationships founded on mutual respect rather than fear or compromise. Lesson 9. Letting go and self-worth. Stoicism teaches focusing on what's within our control and releasing what isn't. This philosophy profoundly impacts relationships. It means recognizing that pursuing someone withdrawing from us is futile and undermines self-worth. Imagine dating someone who initially seems perfect but begins distancing. Our natural urge is to chase them, bridging the gap. Yet Stoicism advises otherwise. Why pursue what's beyond control? It's about self-respect, dignity, and inner peace. Resisting chasing requires inner strength. It involves trusting that genuine connection manifests without force. It rejects defining self-worth by others' actions, affirming, "I deserve respect, if not here, elsewhere." This mindset empowers. It places control in our hands, liberating us from external unpredictability. The result? By prioritizing self-investment over pursuit, we attract those valuing strength and self-worth. It broadcasts, "I value myself," an attractive quality. Let's internalize this lesson. Let's adopt Stoic wisdom in relationships, composed, self-respecting, and focusing on what we control. It's about inner peace and self-validation, independent of external approval. Conclusion. As our conversation concludes, remember, your self-worth threads life's canvas. Stoics believed in controlling our responses to life's challenges. You determine your honor and self-esteem. Embrace your strength. Let actions and decisions reflect your incredible self. If in doubt, recall our Stoic wisdom. Life isn't endured but evolved, growing wiser daily. Enjoyed our chat? Explore further insights, stories, and tips. Click our playlist for more. Let's progress together. Thanks for joining. You're not alone. Step by step, day by day, we navigate together. Until next time, take care, stay wise, and embrace your inner Stoic.